baseball, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter. No matter the sport, cards are going up. And today, we've got the 5 biggest for you.
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me on my journey to profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And today's episode is brought to you by eBay, your number one source for cards and collectibles. With the largest inventory of sports cards from basketball to soccer and buyers from all over the globe, eBay is the leading place to buy, sell, and invest your cards. Guys, our sports card investor team has been growing fast, and I am pleased to announce that we've hired several new people for the purpose of bringing you even better content. We've hired 2 full-time writers, Ben and DeMarco, who have already started writing awesome articles about sports cards. We will have new articles coming out every single day on sportscardinvestor.com. And in fact, if you have the Sports Card Investor app, all you need to do is hit that little hamburger menu in the upper right and click articles. And you can see all of the latest articles that they're putting out, including new articles just in the last day about Topps debuting NFTs with new Series 1 baseball, as well as a roundup of all of the cards being sold on fractional ownership sites. Tons of new articles coming out. Check it all out at sportscardinvestor.com. And we have also been growing our tech team, and we have a couple of openings right now. If you are a software project manager or a UI UX designer and you're interested in working for us, go to sportscardinvestor.com right now and click jobs. Or maybe you know somebody else, a friend, who might be. Send them to the jobs page on sportscardinvestor.com. We already have a 10-person tech team working full-time on our Sports Card Investor app and on Market Movers. But we're continuing to hire to make them even better and to launch new innovations into the sports card marketplace, including a brand new feature we just launched to Market Movers, our Universal Card Search. Now within Market Movers desktop and mobile, it is easier than ever before to quickly see the charts of who you're looking for. You just hit the little search icon, type in who you're looking for, and it calls up thousands and thousands of different card choices for you to choose from so you can see the complete price history of those cards. It is the card search feature, and it is now live in Market Movers. You can find out more about Market Movers by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on Market Movers in the main menu bar. Lots of things happening and a lot of cards going up, and that's why we're here to talk about the top 5. Let's go ahead and get started. In the number 5 spot today, the number 12 pick in the 2018 NBA draft is making some noise in a big way, Miles Bridges. Unfortunately, his big noise the other day was a posterizing dunk against Clint Capella and my Atlanta Hawks. But man, Bridges is having himself a season. He's a much better shooter this year than he was in years past, shooting 50% from the field and 39% for 3. That is, of course, impressive for a big athletic forward. And the Hornets, they are better than expected, 27-25, even without LaMelo because of the injury the past couple of weeks. People are optimistically looking at the Hornets as a franchise. LaMelo, of course, will be back next season, and Miles Bridges is going to play a big role in their future. So sports card investors are jumping all over his cards. And I brought up for you here his 2018 Prism base card and his 2018 Prism silver card. They're both on the way up, and you can really see it if I start to look at price changes by percentage. This is just the last 30 days. His silver card in PSA 10 is up 47%. His base card in PSA 10 is up 44% over the last 30 days, and these things will continue to rise as Miles Bridges continues to play the way he has been doing. In our number 4 spot this week, we are switching to soccer and going with the Champions League Player of the Week, Vinicius Jr. Coming off of a 2-goal game last week against Liverpool, He's the player of the week. And of course, soccer card investors already know this guy because he was signed by Real Madrid back in 2017 for a massive 46 million euro transfer fee. But now the Brazilian winger is getting some big attention because he's putting up some goals and some numbers, and he's doing exciting things on the pitch. Let's take a look at his card prices. They are doing exciting things as well. The top card up here, Vinicius Jr.'s 2018 Donruss base Optic card in PSA 10, and then we've also got his raw card in PSA 10, and they are both going up and to the right. In fact, that bottom line, which is the raw version of this card, it may not look like it's doing a whole lot, but when you switch to look at it by percentage, I mean, these things are both rocketing up. And in fact, let me tell you guys, you could have bought this card in raw back in January, 90 days ago, for $9.25. And the most recent sales of this card have been $35, $33 in raw condition. So those things have shot up. And of course, the PSA 10s, they've shot up even more. A PSA 10 was bought back in early January for $69. Today, those will set you back $300 due to the increases in his play. For the number 3 spot, we are sticking with soccer and going with one of the brightest young stars in the game, Erling Haaland. And of course, Haaland is well known by anybody out there investing in soccer cards. He's considered one of the best young strikers there is, despite being only 20 years old. He is already shaping up to have an illustrious career. But it's not just his play on the pitch that has caught sports card investors' attention. It is also the fact that he is now in discussions for what his next club might be, where he might transfer to, and names such as Barcelona and Real Madrid are possible transfer locations. As a result of this, just like as happens in any sport, card prices go up when a player is potentially on the move to a better team. And you can see here on the screen, Haaland's 2019 Topps Chrome Champions League card in PSA 10 condition. This thing over the last 30 days, it has been hot. This thing is up 127% over the last 30 days. Just recently sold for $2,500. That was a card that only 30 days ago was selling for just $1,100. Quite the gain for the world's brightest young soccer player. In the number 2 spot, we're going to baseball, and we're going to a big-time slugger who has returned to form. JD Martinez, the slugger for the Boston Red Sox. Now, Martinez has been a great player, a great slugger throughout his career, except last season. He really lost his form last season. Last season, he batted just .213. Totally uncharacteristic of him, but this year he has come roaring back. In fact, he had an extra base hit in all of his first 8 games. He has been hitting like crazy power, 3 home runs this past weekend against Baltimore to continue his hot start, and his cards are on the rise as a result. Here is JD Martinez's 2011 Topps Update card in PSA 10. And then also I put the PSA 9 on the graph as well, just to show you no matter the grade of the card you are tracking, they are all going up and to the right. And they definitely are doing that. In fact, the PSA 9 of this card over the last 90 days is up 344%. And the PSA 10 of this card over the last 90 days is up 301%. That is more than triple. In both cases, that is some pretty serious return if you had invested in JD Martinez. But all of that pales in comparison to the number 1 guy on this week's list. Boy, do I have an incredible price graph to show you. And Yermin Mercedes, he's got an incredible story as well, because he is a 28-year-old rookie. You normally don't see rookies debut in the major leagues quite that late, but he has bounced around between a bunch of different farm clubs and international clubs. He's been a member of the Nats Summer League teams, and he was with the Orioles for a while and then the Red Sox. But now he is with the Chicago White Sox. He has made his major league debut, and oh my goodness, what a debut it has been, because he got a hit in 15 of his first 28 at-bats in the major leagues. That is absolutely incredible. And you can imagine, this guy went from being a player that almost no baseball card investor really knew much about to somebody who everyone is now scrambling for, and he is the number one guy in this week's list. And he has very few cards out there. So there's not a lot of his cards that we're able to put into Market Movers or our Sports Card Investor app, but one that we are able to put in there is his 2021 Topps 70 Years of Baseball Auto Card. And here it is, guys. Look at that absolutely incredible price increase that has happened. It's nuts. This was a card literally going back to April the 1st. So we are talking less than 2 weeks ago. This card was $8. And there's a bunch of sales of this card for like $8, like $8, $9, $9. Like this card was literally less than $10 consistently. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes out and he is absolutely on fire. And this card escalates all the way up to $200. It went from $8 to $200 over the course of just a few days because of how hot this guy started this season. Can he keep it up? Who knows? Probably not. But what we do know is that his card values have certainly reset at a much higher level. And if any of you out there were lucky enough to be holding on to Yermin Mercedes cards before the start of this season, hey, congratulations to you. That's pretty darn special. In fact, tell us in the YouTube comments, be honest, but tell us in the YouTube comments if you had Yermin Mercedes cards heading into this season, because you deserve a round of applause for what has happened there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's top 5. Everything you saw in this week's episode was powered by Market Movers, our sports card data platform. Check it out, including our new universal card search feature by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking Market Movers in the main menu bar. And while you're there, read the awesome free articles from our new writers, Ben and DeMarco, including articles about fractional ownership, Topps NFTs, and lots of other great stuff. It is all available on sportscardinvestor.com. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back in a couple of days with our next episode.